Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I am your host, Mike Briggs. You know what we do here at Central Valley Talk? We celebrate what's good about Fresno and what's good about the Central Valley and what's good about California. And there's a lot of really cool businesses out there. And right now, we're getting to that tax season, if you know what I mean. And we got to start thinking about taxes. We all have to pay them, right? Or maybe we don't. We brought in an expert who's going to tell us about getting ready to pay tax, getting ready to file taxes, and maybe some tax planning. Our guest is Scott Harris from Scott Harris Tax. Welcome, Scott.
Thank you.
Now you're kind of Fresno Clovis area?
Yeah, my office is at Fresno Office Suites on Gettysburg and Chestnut.
Sure. I know
there's
right
a sign that says Scott Harris Tax. There's all kinds of businesses there.
You're very convenient from Fresno, very convenient from Clovis.
Yeah, I'm 2 stop signs in from Clovis.
Yeah.
I'm Clovis adjacent.
So is it big changes this year in taxes?
Well, there's minor little change, a lot of like minor little changes, stuff like, inside baseball stuff. There's a big change coming if they can't make the 2017 tax code permanent, which is the Trump tax cut, where he gave all Americans a minimum $2,000 tax cut. Thank you, President Trump. So there is that, and then if that doesn't happen and those fade away, some things will start fading away sooner than other things. But it's a very it's a hard thing because it depends on the situation. It's a very situation-oriented aspect.
Well, which brings up the issue. I don't know that much about taxes or doing taxes. I don't want to know. When a guy, Scott Harris, studies it, knows the rules, knows the ins and outs, I want to spend my time running my business, not trying to figure out how to file my taxes.
Yeah, I do individual taxes, not business tax returns. Okay, it's a software issue.
Sure.
Cost.
Yes.
I do, but I've been doing taxes since 2017.
Wow, okay.
And prior to that, growing up, my dad did taxes for 40 years.
Wow.
I did.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, I did bookkeeping right out of high school for 65 business accounts.
Wow.
Everything from bars, hotels, a casino, gun shops. I mean, a vast variety of industries. I've been in the business community in different industries since I was 17 years old. And I'm 51, so I have a lot of experience.
You've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I have worked. I've been in workers' comp. I've been in third-party insurance administration. I've been, I have a bachelor's degree in political science with a focus on economics and philosophy. I have an associate's of science degree in accounting. I did half of a master's of management and public administration, and I have a professional clear teaching credential in social sciences with a primary focus on government, and I have all the secondaries: economics, history, world history, geography, and even psychology.
Yeah. Most tax people just go to some little class for a couple of weeks and learn. You've been to college, you've been to university, you got all these degrees, and a lifetime of experience with the numbers.
Yeah, it's taxes. When you have a plethora of information, it really drives, when you're taking classes, it really drives the teachers crazy, because I would ask questions to get deeper into it that they didn't want to do, because we're just here to get this 60 hours done, right?
Yep.
For your first class is 60 hours. And it's like, we're just here to get the 60 hours. You don't need to know that. Save that for the enrolled agent class,
Well, let's say somebody's going to come to you, or whoever they go to do their taxes. What should they bring with them this year?
Oh, all of your W-2s. If you've worked somewhere and you only work there for a day, they will give you a W-2.
Okay.
Do not miss those, because the IRS is really going after these types of things.
Copy goes to them, so they know. They
know.
have it already.
They know. So if you don't put it in your tax return, that creates a red flag, and then they will. You don't want red flags, because then it creates all kinds of problems, because it's like you're supposed to send in this, and this, and you didn't.
Stay under the radar.
Yeah, you want smooth sailing. I include copies of all Social Security cards. That's why I don't do remote. I have to come in. I want to see the card to verify that this card is you,
Right.
the spouse card, and that you have the kids' cards.
Right. You have to have kids' cards.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we didn't have to have them, but now
Well,
you have to get them for
you know,
all.
the thing is because people that file their tax returns, they might file them later in the year. Sometimes their kids have been stolen, right? Because somebody gets a card number.
Oh, yeah.
My brother, it happened to my brother.
Yeah.
His his daughter was like, somebody filed a tax, and he had to go through, here's her birth certificate, here's, all her school records, all this stuff. He had to submit all this extra paperwork to prove that somebody stole her, claimed her illegally.
It dawns on me, if you didn't have them bring in their Social Security card, you're depending on them to get the client to give you the right number.
Yeah, and
So,
see, that's
one number off, everything's
well,
messed
yeah,
up.
because the thing is, there are fines and penalties that a tax preparer has to do,
Yeah.
especially if you're fined for like earned income credit,
Yeah.
the child tax credit, the additional child tax credit, and other credits that I have to fill out worksheets
Yeah.
saying that I asked you certain things. Okay, and that's one thing about when you go to other tax preparers that charge by the forms. Mine are $200 out the door, all forms included.
That's great.
Okay,
That's a good price.
yeah, I had a client a couple years ago had 4 state tax returns, right? He had a federal and 4 states because he worked 3 months here, 2 months there.
What I like about this, Scott, is I know going in the door what it's going to cost. I've
Yeah.
been to these guys, it's $89.95, and you get, you need this for them.
Oh
you
no!
need
See,
this for 'em, you need this for 'em.
those. I worked for a company that
Yeah.
did that, right?
Right.
Oh, $89. That's one W-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No credits, no earned income credit, no child tax credit,
Yeah.
nothing. It's one W-2, no state tax return.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
No credits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they should bring their W-2, bring your Social Security card.
Your valid ID, driver's
Okay.
license or California ID or passport. Okay, cannot be expired.
Okay.
Okay, because it won't e-file if it's expired.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a client do that. It's like, well, I paid it. It's like, well, then go to the DMV and get a paper
another.
saying that
Yeah.
you paid it. And
Then you have a ballot.
Then
it's
I have
valid,
a
yeah.
number to put, and then I can e-file
Yeah.
it. See, there's these little things.
Yeah.
On me, the way I do it, you come in and I sit with you. I take your information. I might give you some paperwork to fill out that has additional information that I need. But then what happens is I start where you leave. I work on your tax return.
Right.
And if I need something, I say, hey, Mike, I need this number. Or I need, if you have a home office, what's the square footage of your house?
Right.
What's the square footage of your office?
There's always a question.
There's always something, because what I do is I do your taxes, and then I double check it, and then I triple check it. Okay? And then I call you and say, hey, Mike, come in. And then at that time, I go over your taxes, right? You sign. I have a little digital pad that you sign on,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
That is the for your signing the tax return. We print it, and you write me a check for $200.
Right.
Or pay me cash. I don't do credit. It's check or cash, preferably check, because then it's a paper trail.
Nice. Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Now, ScottHarrisTax.com, is that where they could go sign up for an appointment?
You can,
or-
well, it's basically you go there and you can send me an email to there. There's a contact form for sending me an email, or which is my email is the same thing, ScottHarrisTax@gmail.com, and my phone number, okay, which is 559-500-1823. It's on the website, and so you can call, make an appointment. I do appointments in a paper planner.
The good old-fashioned way.
Yeah, Franklin Covey, man,
Nice.
rocks.
Right. Yeah, I like to sign up online because you're doing someone's taxes and the phone's ringing, and I don't like to do that. I just like to sign up, give me my time, I'll come, tell me what to bring, and I'll be there.
You could you just send me an email, right? You could send me an email, say, and I will call you and to confirm the appointment. You would say, hey, is this time available?
Nice.
I'll look at my schedule. If it's not, I will say, how about this time and day? I can redo it by email.
Okay.
We can book the appointment through emails if that's the way you want.
Or
But
call.
I will always call to confirm that you
Confirm.
got the email, because sometimes emails go into the
Spam or whatever, yeah.
who knows
knows
where,
where they go.
I have 40,000 emails.
Yeah.
because
How's your life going to be in a month, say mid-March?
I'm hoping extremely busy.
Yeah. But it's like day and night for a while, huh?
Hopefully.
Yeah. And does it end on April 15th, or do you keep going for a couple months?
It's if I have ones that have extensions, which is I've had pretty much in my entire career one extension, right?
Yeah.
Because the people who would come to me, they have their stuff and
Yeah,
they want
they
their
don't need an
stuff.
extension.
Yeah, they know.
Extensions are people who don't have it, or
Yeah.
they've moved and lost it.
Yeah, or they can't find something, or they're waiting for documents, or they, or something. They're waiting for like some kind of extra situation. I was networking with someone to where if you have a tax issue, she is an enrolled agent that does remote. She's in Colorado, but she is set up for remote.
Nice.
Okay, and she's an enrolled agent, has been an enrolled agent for years. I spent 2 hours talking with her. She is brilliant. And so if there are issues, because I've been trying to find someone locally as an enrolled agent, and I'm going to flat out say this, people in Fresno, enrolled agents, maybe you should answer your phones.
Yeah. There you go.
Or return calls that has been I had a client that needed an enrolled agent, and I spent 3 days trying to find someone that would answer the phone.
Wow. But you got a good person.
I got a good person, and she is great. She is brilliant.
Well, we're out of time. I could talk to you for another half hour. Can you imagine a tax guy so interesting? This is interesting. You make it interesting. Thank you, Scott.
Well, just hey, 500-1823.
Okay. Now, and bring what with us?
Your W-2s, your ID, all your 1099s, your 1099-Rs, your 1099 interest, your 1099 miscellaneous. If you have
your Social Security
your
card.
Social Security cards for everybody on the return, and if you have a home-based business for a Schedule C, I need all of your bills, and the square footage of both your house and your office, because all of your mortgage, rent, PG&E, phone, all of those expenses, a portion of them is a business deduction if you have a home-based office.
Any other tax things they should know, like preparation, tax planning? That's the word, I think.
Yeah, the one thing is that I do to tell everybody, max out your 401k matching funds, okay, on your withholding. If you are, I always suggest single 0 or married 0. Okay, and with an extra what you can afford. If you can afford an additional, 25 a week or 25 pay period, that's $50 a month, an extra on withholding. Go to your people and do that, because see, with the tax stuff and withholding, this is where people get it. They say, I didn't want to pay because they didn't have enough withholding.
Right.
And make sure you have state withholding coming out too, because that's something everybody forgets to do. And is like, oh, you're getting a refund for the federal, but you have to pay the state, because they didn't have any state withholding. They had zero withholding.
Okay.
You
Scott Harris is the guy. Scott Harris Tax. Go to the website, scottharristax.com. I've already memorized your web address. It's such a good address. I like that. Some people have these long, convoluted
it
thing.
was. I was available. I did scottharristax.com, and it was available. Boom, Google domains.
He's our guy for taxes. Thank you. I don't know if we could get you back before tax season is over, because you might be busy, but if we can, we will.
Hopefully.
And,
please check it out.
We're going to have you back after.
Okay.
We got some pretty exciting things to talk about that too. Post-tax period. We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.
CentralValleyTalk.com